What's good, y'all? This is another episode of the 16's and Things, the podcast. This is episode 25. I know it's been a while since I recorded, but I enjoyed myself over the summer. Summer is over. COVID is still here. So those who went out and got their shot, salute to you. Those who didn't, God bless you. It's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. But on this episode, I got my brother with me. He's, they say sometimes, blood don't have to be blood to be kinship. So my brother, he been on a couple of other episodes, you know what I'm saying? So I got my brother, Bengahti, repping ATL, all the way from born and raised in Philly, though. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Bengahti? I see you rocking the 16’s hat.
All day, and I Philly all the way. You can take the ball out of Philly, but you can't take the Philly out the ball.
Yeah. I hear that. So, with me being a Nas stan, you're a Nas fan, Nas stan, you know what I'm saying? Before we even, go any further, because this is a podcast where we talk hip hop and sports, I didn't even get a chance to record an episode when Nas' album came out, so I just want to ask you first, Bengahti. King's Disease 2, it's going to be a two-part question, right? The first question I'm going to ask you is King's Disease 2 better than 1?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. I would have to say, man, you got me with a good one. I would say no. I like 1 better. I just do. I felt like it hit me harder with the storytelling and the visual concepts of everything. Was part 1 hit me more than 1. Not by a long shot, but I like 1 better than 2. But two is good too. 2 is good. Don't get it confused. 2 is very good.
So, okay. On King's Disease 2, which is your favorite songs off of that?
Oh, shoot. Let me, it would definitely be Death Row, the Death Row one, where he's talking about the Death Row chains and everything like that. And I can't remember the title track. I would have to remember the title track. That Death Row one sticks out to me. But the next one, my favorite would be, and bear with me, sorry about that, y'all. Nobody, Lauryn Hill. So going back, I'm a true hip hop fan, and Lauryn Hill. I go back to that Fugees album, and the streets been missing Lauryn Hill, and that would have to be the top 1 and 2 for me on that King's Disease 2. That Lauryn Hill verse, that's dope.
Yeah. I would have to go with so you saying Death Row East and the Nobody song. Definitely shout out Lauryn Hill, because she probably got one of the verses of the year. She killed it. Not too many people was mentioning it. I mean, they bigging her up because they was glad to hear her, but nobody is actually really talking about how dope her fucking verse was. I mean, here and there I'm seeing people saying stuff, but her verse, man, she killed it. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you can see that's one of my favorite songs off King's Disease 2. I got to go with Rare. I got to go with
I remember Rare. Rare is good.
Rare.
You know what? I'm sorry.
I'm missing something.
Store Run.
Woo! Store Run. Yep. Brunch on Sundays.
Damn, how about that?
OG Talk. Store Run is amazing, though. Store Run is amazing. I'm missing quite a few in between there. I said OG Talk, Store Run. Man. Yo, I'm missing something. Damn. I can't think of it right now. I have to come back to it, but I'm missing one other song that's my favorite. But overall, I think I'm going to have to say I like King's Disease 2 better than 1.
Okay.
1 is dope. But I felt like 1, it was a little bit too many songs on relationship talk. But I get it because Nas said that album actually was supposed to be dedicated to relationships and stuff like that when they first started cooking it up. But then they decided to go other places with it. And that's why those relationship songs that he do have, I think it's like 3 or 4 songs that he pretty much talking about the black woman and the relationship, this and that, and which is dope. I'm just happy, yo. I'm happy that it's 2021 and we got a dope Nas album, King's Disease 2, and we got a dope AZ album, yo. AZ album, is it like what the first 2 weeks? It was top of the list for on iTunes. It was that's crazy. Top 5. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get a chance to really dip into the AZ album, but the first 5 or 6 tracks I heard, I was really bobbing my head, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is what hip hop is missing." Like, man, this is what we need. Like, it brought me back to that '95 Do or Die, that first Do or Die.
Oh man,
like, it brought me back, and I was like, AZ's still doing his thing. Like, he's still got that flow that make you think and make you bob your head. The production was very good. It's definitely one of the most underrated MCs that I think in the culture. Honestly.
Yeah, and we both know AZ never really got that shine and that spotlight that he was deserved to get back then. So I'm just happy that he actually getting his shine right now. Even though it's probably going to be brief because we do got a Kendrick Lamar album that's coming. We do still got this Drake album out and the Kanye album. I mean, I honestly don't really want to talk about them albums because everybody is talking about them. And this is, I'm not like shitting on Drake or Kanye because I'm a fan of both. But I will say if I had to choose, because I did listen to both albums, and I like the Kanye album better. I know it ain't pretty much rap. I can't even call Kanye album rap. It was like it's a vibe to it. The production is dope. It keeps you entertaining. Like he's my ear entertained. With Drake, it was just like I know what I'm getting, and he gave me that. Kanye, you don't know what you're getting. He come on one of the songs. He start off the song by saying Like, I mean, this dude is listen. That shit is hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. Kanye can't spit bars. You know what I'm saying? But he's still entertaining. It's like Drake is like, he's Drake. He's dope, but he give you what he gonna give you. He got a format.
I feel like Kanye does stuff for therapy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But but Kanye is no longer the dark fantasy Kanye. He's no longer the what's the one before that? The Late Registration. He's no longer that Kanye, so we got to give that up. But I feel like Drake. I mean, my bad. I feel like Kanye. He gives you some entertainment stuff, something fresh, and something new. But people that are looking for that Late Registration, it's probably not what you're gonna get. And as far as Drake. I like Drake album. I really liked it because I'm an R&B dude. I like that melody. I like that flow. I need to like while I'm cleaning. No, that tell you right there. While I'm cleaning, I need to listen to some Drake. I need to like sway. You know what I mean? While I'm cleaning, I'm fucking bopping the floor on Saturdays and stuff. But I feel what you're saying. But as far as hip hop, that Do or Die 2, that Do or Die 2. It brought me back. it brought me back, man. I really, at least the first 6 tracks that I heard, I was digging it.
Yeah, because I think they did a good job of matching the production with AZ style. Because AZ style is that smooth dude with the bars. He got them OG bars, you know what I'm saying, dropping the jewels, and always got like somebody singing on a hook a little bit sometimes. He just remind you of that smooth OG, that come through, always got the clean, fresh cut, fresh shoes or sneaks or some shit, or got that fucking crispy sweatsuit. That's what AZ remind me of, man. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get into some sports talk real quick. And you already know what's the hottest topic. You know what I'm saying? You got that 76 hat on, 76ers hat on. They the hottest. It's the hottest topic right now. Ben Simmons, yo. Ben Simmons gotta fucking go. Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm born and raised in Philly, and I do watch the Sixers, and I do want to see the Sixers succeed with the team that they have, but they cannot succeed with this mess going on. Ben got to go. Doc Rivers, I seen him on an interview with Stephen A. the other day, and he was talking about, I want to persuade him to come back. For what? It's tarnished. All the relationships are tarnished. This dude don't want to talk to nobody on the Sixers. You don't bring him back. Keep finding his ass. Keep finding his ass till y'all work something out. He don't want to come back. He don't want to come back to Philly. He want to be out of L.A. fucking his snow bunnies. Let him go have fun with the snow bunnies and let his game never get fucking better. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. You want to go to state? Go to state.
I agree. And so Doc know he fucked up. So I watched that interview with Doc after the playoffs, and what he said. He quote, and I might paraphrase this a little bit, but as far he said, the question was asked of him, do you think Ben can be a championship player or a championship point guard on a championship team? And he said, I don't know the answer to that. What experienced NBA coach that has won championships do you know would answer like that? Doc is well-trained with this media. He's well-trained. He knows how to answer this shit. He knows what's going on. We're both born and raised in Philly. We know how it goes. Once you're done, you're done. If you ain't got the heart, you can't come back. You can't. There's no way you can come back. How do you come back with not trying? Like you can. It's okay to be. I think Doc made the statement of saying he was 5 for 24, something like that, and it was in that Atlanta series or something in the fourth quarter, something to that nature. I might be a little off, but you cannot try. You have to try. You have to try. You've been given the green light and you're scared to do it. You know why he's scared to do it? Because he hasn't worked on his game. Summer after summer, he hasn't worked on it, and that's 4 years that he has not worked on that game. And like what you were saying, Miz, is that every summer he's out dating his Instagram. He's got Ferraris and he's out doing his thing. And whatever he wants to spend his money, he won't run the streets. But you got to have that balance. You got to be up early in the morning, shooting, get your shooting on, get your training on. Then you can go out and do your thing. But it can't be all running the streets and think you're going to come into the season and it's just going to come together. That's not going to work in the NBA. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I think he's a spoiled fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? I think, he's running. He's running from all his fears. Because if he was to come back here, he would have to face, like you said, a tough Philly crowd with the fans and stuff like that. Not only the fans, but you got to deal with the media outlets here. And the media outlets here, they're tough, just as tough as the fans. So that's something else. That's a few things that he won't be able to deal with. Then just dealing with the pressure actually being on that court. And you have Embiid, who is very strong-minded and he speaks his mind. You got Doc Rivers, who's going to be constantly putting that pressure on him to shoot that fucking ball if he was to come back. And I'm tired of seeing him on YouTube making all these jump shots. That shit don't count. That shit don't count. You playing pickup ball and some fucking gym somewhere, like, yo, that don't count, yo. That shit ain't gonna win you championships. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Ben Simmons, man, the whole situation is really frustrating. It's very frustrating, yo, because I just don't get it. He got all the attributes to be a great player. 6'10", long, can handle the ball, very athletic. But it goes to show you, if you don't have it up here, if you're not mentally strong, you don't have nothing.
And so let me add to that. So, and you totally, I totally agree with you, and you're 100% right. Let me add to that. It's like, so I keep up because I used to play AAU ball and play ball and all that back in the day, and I used to follow the high school players, and he was a McDonald's All-American. He was all that coming out of high school, and all the scouts. The one knock on him was that he doesn't have a motor. He plays very lax. He plays very he just kind of like doesn't turn it up, and he just doesn't go. Some people question if he even likes basketball. Is basketball his first love? Me personally, I don't think it is. I really don't. I think he just likes the money. He's playing ball to get to the money so that he can run the streets, and I think that's fucked up. But everybody is different. He's just wired a different way. And I'll give you an example. Like when he was at LSU, the knock on him was like, why didn't LSU at least make the NCAA tournament? He was at LSU for one season. He didn't make the tournament. How you have the number one player in the country and you did not at least make the tournament? I think they were like in the NIT or some shit, but I might be wrong, but I think they was out in the first round. Maybe. I might be wrong. And you can't be the number one player in high school and that happened. Because you know what he was trying to do? He just wanted to get to the league so he can get this money and then run the streets.
Yeah.
And he thought NBA was sweet. No. NBA, it's a whole different animal. So I agree with you in that he's he's been coddled, he's spoiled, and he's been coddled since he was, I guess, middle school, and it carried on. I don't think there's anywhere to fix him. I don't think you can fix him. You can fix a jump shot. You can fix certain techniques on the court, defensive stance, positioning, defensive, certain things, but you can't fix the heart of like somebody like a Allen Iverson or Charles Barkley. You can't, like, that's a heart. That's a heart thing. And if you can't, like, that's something you can't fix. He's gotta want it. And at year 4, or is this year 5? I don't know if this is year 5 or year 4, but going into his next year, I just don't think it's gonna work.
I think this is the 6th season, right? Ben Simmons, I think it's like 6th season.
Yeah, maybe it is. It might be year 6, and year 6, he's better off going somewhere else. And I'm just disappointed, and I'm angry, and I get very angry because of the fact that there's where I go on my rant, and I'm sorry to take over your podcast because I'm about to get on my rant. So this is my rant because I feel like all the tanking that we did, we meaning the Sixers, the tanking and the seats that were there was a joke about Philly that the parking was more than the seat at one point in the year, which is fucked up. So we did all that tanking to get to a point where we're championship contenders, and then we get somebody, and then he talking about, I want to get out of here. I'll play anywhere but the Sixers because I don't like the way that y'all didn't take up for me. When we gave you 4 years to get your act together and you didn't get it together. Whatever.
And he got a lot of money.
And he got a lot of money, which he's owed. I think he's still owed 148,000. My bad. 148 million left.
That's
on
crazy.
A 4-year deal. I'm very disappointed and I'm angry because Iverson couldn't get the ring. I love shout out to Al Iverson. I love him, but he couldn't get the ring. And this was supposed to be the plan. Trust the process. This was supposed to be the plan to get a ring to Philly. So,
yeah, man, it's messy, man. It's really messy. So we're gonna have to just stay tuned and locked in to see what happens. Some gotta happen really soon though. This week coming up, training camp starts for the NBA, right? Preseason and all that, right?
It does. Next week coming up, training camp. And
Yeah.
he's reported he's told his agent, Rich Paul, which is LeBron's agent, the power guy in the NBA. Much respect to Rich Paul because we don't have a lot of black agents.
Yo, he's the boy that just married Adele, right?
I think he's dating her. I don't know.
Like,
married.
How the fuck that? That's interesting. I seen the pictures. I was like, damn, he bagged her. I mean, she looking good. She lost that weight. She looking good. She looking like something. I'm not. Those listeners out there, I'm not fat shaming. Because nowadays the sins of fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker look like Fat Albert, and you say, "Damn, you look like Fat Albert." You fat shaming.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, she's slimmed out. She looks great. You're not fat shaming. You're just calling it for what it is. It's definitely not fat shaming. When
she was bigger, she wasn't ugly. Now, let me put that out there.
She was a good looking woman.
Yeah.
She was a good woman. She just slimmed out, and whatever. I mean, I guess when you run in them circles, you know how the old saying goes: money finds money. So I guess that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And they get together. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like it's reported that he's not coming to training camp, and he don't give a shit until you trade him. He's just not going to come to camp. That's not to me in our era, you and me, Miz, that's not our era. You be professional. And you work out until you work out the plan until you can get traded. By him saying that is he's letting all the other teams know, okay, the Sixers are desperate, so they're going to give you pennies on the dollar for him.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do that. So what that translates to me is that Rich Paul is not giving him great advice. You can't advise your player to say, okay, we're sitting out. We're just going to sit out. We're not going to do it until you trade. You don't do that. You have to, like they did James Harden. You come to camp, you come to practice, you suck it up,
yep,
and you grit your teeth until a trade happens. Because that's how you get your trade value. So a trade can happen. Now it's like every trade Sixers want to do, it falls through because Sixers are trying to. I mean, the opposing teams want to give like pennies on a dollar, like some bullshit ass players, and it's like, oh no, we're not doing that.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this before we wrap this Ben Simmons talk up.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you really see Ben Simmons end up being? Which team?
Jeez. Well, let me start. I know the Golden State thing is off because
I heard about that.
Already stated. Trailblazers thing was off because they wanted to offer McCollum and what's his name? He was already with the Sixers. I can't remember. I can't remember his name. McCollum and somebody else. That went off. That was off. Right now, I don't know. I really don't know.
Damn.
I don't know. He's got a lot left on his deal. Sixers want a high value for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he was a number one pick, and he's only 20. I think he just turned 26, so he's a 26-year-old with all that potential. All he needs is a jump shot. That's all he needs.
I'm gonna go as far as to say this, right?
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He do need a jump shot, but he need more high volume. Like, he need to shoot more. Just shoot more. Yeah. And I ain't talking about dunks. I'm talking about just shoot more. It don't have to be jump shots. It could be in the post, a hook. You know what I'm saying? It could be a 13-footer. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know how the guards do the little runners now. They do the runners and shit. It could be all types of multiple things because he's 6'10". And he's long. So it's like he actually can do multiple things. You know what I mean? He got to have more volume to fucking releasing that ball off his hands.
So let me ask you this question. What do you do? Like, how do you fix someone who is 6'10" with a coach, two coaches now? Because Brett Brown was part of Brett Brown's dismissal was because you can't get Ben Simmons together. Like it was his fault. Doc Rivers is having the same problem. He's a championship coach, and he's having the same problem. So obviously it's Ben Simmons. The question I have to you is like, how do you fix that? Like, how do you do it? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like I give you the green light. Like I say to you, Miz, listen, shoot that shit. Shoot it, shoot that shit. I don't give a fuck. Shoot it. And you just like, I'm under the rim. I'm gonna pass it. I don't understand it. How would you say, how do you fix that? I don't know. And I'm a ball, not now, but when I was young, I was a ball player and I understand the concept.
You're a hooper. You're a hooper, yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't understand. I don't know how to do it.
I don't know either, but we're gonna move on to another topic. I want to ask you: Do you think Cam Newton is done? Like, you think teams just gonna blackball him? He's not gonna get a run no more.
So, I'm glad you asked that question because I actually was thinking about this question a couple days ago. So an NFL quarterback is different from a point guard in the NBA. An NFL quarterback is that you got to be available. So what I feel like is going on is that this goes a little bit political. It's like if you don't want to take the vaccine, you have a high risk of not being available because you are susceptible to getting COVID. Cam Newton has already had COVID twice. He had it last year. He had it again this year in 2021. So I feel like all teams are like, I need you all the time. I don't think it's a blackball against Cam Newton. I feel like it's a thing where they need you to be like, you need to be available. I feel like if I'm a GM, I feel like, what are you going to do to be available all the time? Because we're giving you millions of dollars. I need you to be available all the time. Now, Cam has the right to not take the vaccine. This is not the position I'm taking. I'm not saying you need to take that shit just because. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are repercussions. If you don't want to take it, these are the repercussions you're going to deal with. If you do take it, you may get a job. That's how I feel about it. Belichick kind of like, okay, he was the OG that was going to train. Who's the guy they drafted?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones was going to learn from you. We needed you for a year or two or whatever until we get you out of there, which is going to happen. We know how it goes. But if we can't have you as the OG that he can learn, because you don't want to take the COVID and there's a potential that you may be out, then we don't need you. I'm just going to say, I'm going to cut it clean right now. Let's just put Mac Jones out there. I'm going to throw him out there and say, fuck it. That's how I see it. So let me, because I know I'm probably talking a lot. Hold on, there's another piece to it. Washington, Ron Rivera has worked with Cam, and he knows Cam's tendencies. He knows how to work. He knows how to work with him. Right now, Washington has Henneke.
Yep.
You can't fucking listen. You can't fucking tell me Heineke is better than Cam Newton. You can't convince me that shit. So that's the other part of me that's like, okay, what's this about?
Yeah.
I'm torn between the two. So
yeah.
That's all
I mean, I get it. His release from the Patriots was bad timing because they released him after the preseason was over, after training camp was over. So it would really be tough for him to come into a team to learn a whole new system because of the timing of his release. But I feel as though he still can probably get picked up by a team, especially like a team like the Redskins, like you said, because the coach knowing his abilities, knowing his personality, and plus the fact that they are very short on quarterbacks. So he should at least be able to get in there and just, be the backup, and take time to learn the playbook while the Heineken or whatever the fuck his name is starting. It's just in case. I think Cam is good enough and he's a professional to go in there at a team like the Washington and be able to pick up on some things, or who knows. I mean, NFL is a vicious sport, so you bound to have quarterbacks get hurt. I mean, you look at Andy Dalton; he's hurt now. He's going to be out for a while, and they got to throw Justin Fields in there. Andy Dalton might not be back on the field, but it's funny that the coach going to say he's going to put it out to the media like whenever Andy Dalton comes back, he's still the starter.
That's a wrap.
Now, we know that's bullshit because if Justin Fields is out there balling and y'all actually winning and he's not turning that ball over as much, it's a wrap for Andy Dalton. He's gone. He's going to motherfucking backup heaven, yo. That's it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be back.
And you know how sports go. You know if I draft you in the top 15, I draft you, and my veteran gets hurt, and I draft you in the top 15, and I'm a GM, and I have my job on the line, and I put you out there, I'm not going to yank you. Like when my veteran gets healthy, he's like, okay, my ankle's bad, I'm ready. No, because I drafted you in the top 15. This is why I drafted you. You're out there. You gotta go. That's just how it goes. That's in the NFL. That's just how it goes. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's NFL is it's a good. Well, you know how it goes, man. NFL could be a funny. When it comes to the business part, it could get real funny. No guarantee contracts. It is what it is with the NFL. So I want to get into something else. This is not actually sports related. It's kind of like hip hop based. I want to ask you: have you been watching the show Raising Kanan, Power 3?
I have. I like. Yes, I have. I've been watching every week. Yeah.
I wonder to actually bring this up because it is part of like hip hop culture. Because when I watch Kanan, the show, because it's set in the early '90s, and we're able to see a lot of hip hop culture. And I know you've been peeping stuff how on point they were with the clothing, the mannerisms, the hairstyles. Everything that was going around at the time. I'm seeing 8-ball jackets. I'm seeing the glasses, the Alpinos. I'm seeing the Porsche designs. I'm seeing like all the drug dealer attire that was
Kanan had the base. Kanan had the striped polo with the collar.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love
triple fat goose. Yo, yes. You peep that shit? Yo, yeah. I'll be not just following the storyline, but I'll be looking at all like how closely they are with the trends and shit from back in the early '90s. And I just think whoever's in charge of that shit, yo, they on point with that. It's so believable when you watch that show. And man, shout out 50 Cent and the writers that he went to get to make that such a great show. It's really very entertaining. I know this week is the season final or whatever finale. But it's really dope. It's a really dope show. I just wanted to actually talk about that to see if you was following up on that. And then we also got the Wu. You know what I'm saying? You got the Wu-Tang show. I don't know if you've been following that. But season 2 has started. It started like about 3 weeks ago, I think. And they on episode 5 right now. Have you been following that?
I mean, I followed up on the Kanan show. I didn't follow up on the Wu yet because I see shit. The way my mind works, I do shit conceptual. Like when I do so many things at once, I lose perspective on everything. But that's just how I work. I don't know.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like I go 100% at one thing, and then I go to the next.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on Kanan, and then I'll go to the Wu. As far as Kanan, I mean, I'll give you my insight on the Kanan on Power. Is this book 3? Kanan?
Yep. It's book 3. I didn't like book 2, so I don't. Yeah.
Book 2, it was hit or miss. There were some things, but there was another season that come up. But the Kanan thing was dope, and the reason why it was dope was like what you're saying, the Triple Fat Gooses, everything from our era. And a lot of people in our era will understand, and it was super dope as far as like the clothing, the coats, the jackets. So I was telling I was telling my girlfriend that was watching it with me. I was like, because she's from the South and she doesn't understand she doesn't understand when it's January and you gotta have something with feathers around your neck because you'll fucking die from that cold will eat you alive. And she's like, it looks so cold. I was like, this is how it was. It was just it brought back pleasant memories.
Yeah. The Woolridge and shit. You know what I'm saying? They rocking Sherlings in that joint, yo.
Yeah, the brother had a Shirley going. Like it was like the cars, like he had the Benz and he had the Beamer, the bulletproof Beamer. I know certain drug dealers had the Beamer, had the bulletproof Beamer. It was just it was dead on. And shout out to 50 Cent, and it was very good. And who's the producer on it? I forgot her name. I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was a female, black female.
Yeah, black female.
She one of the top writers of the whole series and shit. Yeah,
she did a great job on that. It was a great depiction of everything in like the early '90s to the mid '90s or whatever. The Wu-Tang thing, I didn't get a chance to get into that. That will be next.
You seen season 1 though?
I saw a couple of episodes off of season 1.
Oh, all right. So I can't say nothing. You had to just watch season 1.
Right.
What I will say about the Wu-Tang thing, I know certain parts were like added, just for creative reasons and to dramatize certain stuff. I get that. But a lot of it is actually true. And it's funny because like when you watch it and you hearing and seeing certain conversations, you like, damn, they turned that into a song. You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting to see like they all had all these strong personalities and RZA was able to somehow get them dudes to come together. Because originally, they're from different places. You got Park Hill Projects and Stapleton. They didn't like each other. And then Jizza from Brooklyn. And, it's the story crazy. I didn't even know, like, Ghostface got shot and all that. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's good.
I saw something about it, but it wasn't on... So there's one on Hulu and there's one on Showtime. I think I seen the one on Hulu.
Oh, you talking about the documentary on Showtime? That's the documentary.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, it was called Mice and Men or something like that.
Yeah, Mice and Men. Yeah, I saw that one. that was okay.
Yeah.
That was okay.
So,
But yeah,
so I want to get into this, right? Something I came up with. I came up with this list, right? So I was like, thinking of popular rappers, like, some of these rappers, people say, oh, they the GOAT or whatever. But I was saying, to me, these rappers, they don't have classic albums, right? And I want to see what you think about, like, do you agree or what you got to say? So I got three people, right? So the first one is Cassidy. No classic albums. And to me, I think he's a good rapper, but he doesn't know how to make an album or a lot of hit songs, right?
Okay.
My second person is going to be very controversial. Eminem. To me, he has no classic album. I can't go back and listen to. I tried go back and listen to some Eminem albums, and I just can't. He has dope verses, but he don't have an Illmatic. He don't have a Reasonable Doubt. He don't have a Ready to Die. I mean, probably the only thing that comes close to that for him is the Marshall Mathers
LP. Yeah.
Yeah, that John. Then my third person is Drake. Drake make hit records, and that's it. I don't think he has no classic album, yo. No classic album. That's just my opinion, though.
So you asking me out of one of them three?
Yeah.
What classic? So we have Eminem, Drake, and what's the other one? Cassidy, no, strictly battle rapper. He could never put a whole album together, and that was his one flaw. He had hit singles, but and I'm from Philly. Shout out to Cassidy. I'm from Philly, and not hating on him, but a lot of people will probably say that too. He just doesn't have a hit album.
Yeah.
He's got bars, he can rhyme, but he could never put that whole classic album. He couldn't do that. Drake. In my opinion, Drake doesn't have a classic album. No, he doesn't have a classic album. Eminem, that Marshall Mathers LP is close to a classic, but no, I don't think any of them have classics.
Yeah. So,
and we going back, that Marshall Mathers LP, we going back to those who are, seasoned enough to understand that Marshall Mathers LP was rated. I think it was rated by the Source back in our day, and I don't even think the Source didn't give it 5 mics, or did it? No, I don't think it gave it 5
I don't
mics.
know.
I might be wrong, maybe, but I've listened to it multiple times, and it's not. In my opinion, it's not. It's a good album.
Yeah, it's good, but
it's not classic.
Nah,
classic,
man.
You gotta go all the way through and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, and you gotta get that feeling like, damn, this shit really got me zoned out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get that.
So I want to recount. Hold on, I want to say classic albums: Nas-O-Matic, Big, Ready to Die. In my opinion, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. For my down south people, Outkast, that Equimini, not Equimini. Shit, what's the one before it?
AT-Aliens.
AT-Aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a few more that's in my brain, but I can't.
Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
But hold up though. Which album is better? All Eyes on Me or Me Against the World?
All Eyes on Me.
Oh, okay.
All Eyes on Me.
Okay.
All Eyes on Me. Let me tell you, if anything that will get you up in the morning and get your blood going. I'm just sorry. That All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Only God can judge me.
Yeah.
Every time I breathe, I think they're killing me. Yo, are you? Yo, every time I breathe, he said, "Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah. Pop that ball, man. He that ball. But look, man, we don't got much time left. I want to ask you some predictions for the Eagles, and then I'm gonna give you my predictions. For the season. What do you predict the Eagles' record to be? Because you know it's 17 games now.
7 wins and
Damn.
7 wins.
7 wins and 10 losses?
7-10.
Damn.
They have a rough schedule coming up. They have
They do.
They have Brady coming up.
That schedule is mean.
Under a rookie quarterback. Not a rookie, but
They gotta play the Chiefs.
They have a tough schedule coming up.
They gotta play the Saints. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Tough for them.
They don't get a bye until like week 15 or some shit like that.
And then the linebacker just went out for the season with an Achilles tear.
Oh yeah, Brandon Graham.
That's our staple.
Yeah, he was kind of like the heart and soul of the defense.
He spent 10, 11 years in that position. He's out, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be some learning pains. So I mean, this is what it is. I hope it's different. But that's how I feel.
All right, so I said I predict them to go 8-9.
Okay.
And as far as with the division, I predicted 2 L's to the Cowboys, and then I said they'll split with Washington, and they'll take 2 wins over Giants. I don't see them beating the Cowboys. I don't know. Cowboys don't have no deep. The secondary is stink. Their defense ain't like that. But that offense, man, Cowboys, Dak ain't really missing a beat, man. That is nice, man. You know what I mean?
They expect Dak to throw it a lot.
Yeah.
Zeke, he's gonna get. He's not gonna get a lot of carries because they
because of what you call system, McCartney system. That you see what he did in the Green Bay. That's why Aaron Rodgers had all them crazy numbers because McCartney like the pass, man.
But see, it's all about the contracts. You pay Dak all that money. He needs. You don't pay Dak all that money for him to hand that shit on. What you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because you a football guy. You Mr. All World back in the day. Yeah, you was a back. You know.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pay you all that money to you to. Nah, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
So that's why. And what year is Zeke in?
Damn. Well, they came in together.
Year 5, year 6?
I think 5.
He's
Dak and Zeke came together.
Starting to wear down. You only get like 6 to 8 years out of back.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see, man, how this turn out, man. But look, before we wrap things up, man, let the people know where they can find you at on whatever social media that you want them to follow you on.
Absolutely. This is Bengahti. You can find me at BenJhAti. You can find that's Bengahti. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram. I'm just on there living life and just enjoying life, and you can just see what I'm getting into. Feel free to just comment or dig in or DM, and I'm always available, and I'll answer back, and it's whatever. Twitter and Instagram, just come at me. I'm not one of them people that'll be like, oh my God, who is this? No. So that's all. Yeah. Just enjoying life.
Yeah. So that wraps up episode 25, y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow the 16's and Things at Thingz Pod on Twitter, at 16's and Things on Instagram. And you can follow me, Miz100, the host, on Twitter at Mr100 spelled out, and on Instagram, Mr100 on Instagram. 100, not 100 on Instagram. So it's been real, y'all.
It's been real.
Thanks for being my guest, bro.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, man. You're my brother. You know, I appreciate being on here. Anytime we can do our thing. Hashtag get rid of Ben Simmons.
All right, bet. Peace.
All right, peace.